present Who Do You Think You Are? By Nigel Banks.
Yes, I'm the author of what you're about to hear. But I thought I'd better explain a few things before we get started. I've written several plays for radio before, but this one's different. You see, normally when you create a play, you struggle to come up with the basic idea. Once you've managed that, you invent the characters and the plot, which you develop and shape before bringing everything to a satisfactory conclusion. That's the plan, anyway. Not this time, though. Oh no, this time it got very tricky. I had the germ of an idea and two central characters in mind.
Get on with it.
What?
Oh, they don't want to listen to you droning on. They want to hear me and the other characters. We're the stars of the show, not you. You're just a hack.
See what I mean? I told you it was tricky. Anyway, the play begins in the lounge bar of a city centre pub.
Oh no, not there.
Why not?
It's so cliché.
Well, where do you suggest then?
I don't know. Just somewhere unusual.
How about a train?
That's not unusual.
Aboard ship?
Boring.
We could make it a...
Don't say plane.
How did you know?
You're so predictable.
Where then?
You're the writer.
Right. That's it. You're in a pub, okay? I have decided. No more arguments. Finished. Understood?
Okay. Keep your hair on, man.
Fine. So, you're mid-40s, balding, overweight.
Wait a minute.
And your name is Fred Brunt.
There's no way I'm having a name like that.
What do you want to be called then?
I don't know. Something dashing and debonair, like Louis Gainsborough.
Don't be ridiculous. I can't allow that.
And I want to be American.
You're from Sidcup.
No way. Look, I'll do a deal with you. I'll go with the mid-40s, fat and balding, as long as I could be Louis Gainsborough, pronounced Gainsborough. Of course, from New Jersey.
All right, then.
Hey, way to go, buddy. High-five me.
What?
High-five me. It's what Americans do.
Not very dashing and debonair.
Yeah, okay. But it means I got chutzpah.
Chutzpah?
Yeah, you know, street cred. I'm a player with big cojones.
That's not really how I saw you.
Oh, go on then, Shakespeare. What's my character?
Well, you're a run-of-the-mill, middle-aged pen pusher. Recently divorced, no kids, and you've taken to coming into this pub after work to drown your sorrows.
No. That's not going to be any fun at all. I want excitement and adventure. I'm Louis Gainsborough, and I run a numbers racket on the east side.
What do you think this is, The Sopranos?
Yes, I've always wanted to be in a gangster movie, but all you tend to come up with are boring middle-class English nerds. It's time for something different. So I want to be in a gangster story where I get to carry a piece and have flunkies and blow smoke up my ass and say lines like, "You dirty low-down punk."
What are you on?
Don't make me lose my temper, wise guy. I ain't nice when I'm riled. So unless you want to wake up with the fishes, you'd better cooperate.
Okay. A gangster story it is. So, you walk into this bar, Smoky Joe's. It's owned by Frank Schulz. He's the main man on the west side of town. The bar's just a front for all his criminal activities. Gambling, illegal liquor, prostitution, etc.
Liking it so far.
Schulz has been putting the squeeze on your operation. He wants to take over the whole town. So you've come over into his territory to parley with him. You walk into Smoky Joe's and you see this good-looking woman sitting on a stool at one end of the bar.
Now you're talking. I'm gonna sweet-talk this dame till she's putty in my hands.
Excuse me. You'll do no such thing. I refuse to play the airhead floozy who's just been put there as eye candy by a sexist male writer. I want something better than that. Or else I'm quitting.
I don't believe this. I'm the writer. I get to decide who does what to whom in my own play, don't I? Not you. And I'm not sexist.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Wait! Okay. Listen, I've got it. You're actually an undercover FBI agent who's infiltrated Schultz's operation so you can send vital information about his criminal plans back to HQ, which will eventually lead to his arrest and indictment. Schulz has taken a fancy to you, and you've managed to gain his confidence. How about that?
I can work with that. But I want to be an action heroine and fire a gun. None of that sitting on the sidelines while the guys have all the fun.
Fine. You've got a neat little Derringer pistol in your purse.
Cool. And what's my name?
Your undercover name is, Dolores Maguire. But your real name is Agent Cody.
All right, sugar. Now we're cooking with gas.
Okay, so you're sitting at one end of the bar when Louis Gainsborough walks in. You recognise him from mugshots you've seen of him, but you're curious to know why he strayed away from his home patch and come into Schultz's territory.
Okay, Buster, you can butt out now. We'll take it from here.
Hey, what does a guy have to do to get a drink around here?
What's your poison?
Give me bourbon on the rocks.
Coming right up.
Make it a double.
There you go.
Here's mud in your eye. What's the peach over there drinking?
You don't want to mess with her.
Why not?
She's Frank Schulz's girl. He don't like her talking to strangers.
Well, give me a few minutes with her and I won't be a stranger. What's she drinking?
Manhattan. It's your funeral, pal. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm a big boy now. I can take care of myself. Just fix the drink and bring it over. Need a light, lady?
Thanks, mister. Haven't seen you in here before.
Well, I'm a stranger to this part of town.
One Manhattan.
I took the liberty of ordering you another drink. Hope you don't mind.
Well, that was kind of presumptuous of you, mister. But it'd be a shame for one of Joe's wonderful Manhattans to go to waste, so I don't mind if I do.
Freshen me up, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Your good health, sweetheart.
I am not your sweetheart, but I'll drink to good health.
So, what's a beautiful dame like you doing in a place like this?
Was that the best line you could come up with?
Yeah, come on, Hank. Surely you can give me something better to say. This is so lame.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I was a bit distracted when I wrote that bit.
Distracted.
Yeah, I had to sort out my car insurance and my council tax.
Oh, we're not interested in the petty details of your sad little life. Just give us some decent dialogue.
Okay, I'm on it. Just give me a minute.
I sometimes think, that we could do a far better job ourselves. Life would be so much easier without writers. They're always making excuses for not coming up with the goods. Oh, the muse isn't with me today, or I've got writer's block. Constipation, more like. A good dose of syrup of figs would probably cure it.
You're so right. They're always finding ways to put off sitting down at their desks and banging out the scripts. I mean, it can't be that difficult, but the way they moan and complain about it, suffering for their art, you'd think they were performing brain surgery.
Couldn't agree more. Oh, you done it yet?
On my way. Try that.
It's hardly Chekhov, but it'll have to do. Okay, so where were we?
You've just toasted each other's good health.
So, whose health am I toasting?
Miss Maguire's.
Well, that's kind of formal. What's your first name?
You show me yours, and then I'll think about showing you mine.
Louis Gainsborough. At your service, ma'am.
Dolores Maguire at yours, Mr. Gainsborough.
Oh, since we're being so formal, allow me to kiss your hand. That's quite a rock you're wearing. Must have cost a fair few bucks.
Frank borrowed it for me.
Who's Frank?
Frank Schulz. He owns this place, amongst other things.
Must be quite a guy. I'd like to meet him.
Frank's kind of busy right now, but I'll tell him you dropped by. What business you in anyway, Mr. Gainsborough?
Oh, I got a finger in a few different pies, if you know what I mean.
Not until you enlighten me, Mr. Gainsborough.
Well, let's just say that Frank and I, we have things in common. I'd really like to discuss business with him, something to our mutual advantage.
I'll be sure to tell him.
Hey, Joe. Mr. Schultz wants more drinks sending in, and another bowl of pretzels.
Sure thing, Bugsy.
Say, what are you trying to pull here? I saw you dealing from the bottom of the deck.
What is this? Nobody accuses Frank Schulz of cheating and gets away with it.
Yeah, well, I don't take no bull from nobody. So just give me my winnings and I'm out of here.
You ain't going nowhere, punk, except to the bottom of the Hudson. Hey, Bugsy, get in here and get this sack of crap out of my sight.
Yes, sir, Mr. Schultz. At the double. Joe, give me a hand, will you?
On my way.
Frank sure is a sore loser.
Yeah, it doesn't pay to get on the wrong side of him. So take my advice. Finish your drink and go home while you can still walk.
Thanks for the tip, honey. But I didn't come all this way just to have a drink. Not that I haven't enjoyed the pleasure of your company, but I really do need to speak to Frank.
Listen, mister. There's been enough blood spilled tonight. Go home. Oh, hi, Frank. Got somebody here who wants to meet you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the name's Gainsborough. Louis Gainsborough. You might have heard of me. Good to meet you, Mr. Schultz. I was hoping to discuss some business with
I'm
you.
busy. Some other time. Bar's closing, so if you don't mind.
I do, as a matter of
I'm
fact.
not in the habit of repeating myself, but I'll make an exception for you. Now beat it, pal, while you still got the use of your legs.
Well, that's very generous of you, I'm sure.
Don't argue, Louis. Just go.
Say, what's with the Louis? You know this jerk?
No, we just met.
So how come you on first name terms? You been cheating on me, you dirty low-down whore?
No, Frank. I swear to God. Ow!
That ain't no way to treat a lady, Frank.
You're breaking my arm.
I'll do more than that if you don't cooperate. Feel something in the small of your back, Frank?
Yeah,
Well, it ain't my
I
fist.
figured that.
Clever boy. Just so you know, I'll happily blow a hole right through you if you give me any trouble. Capiche?
Capito.
Good. Now, you and me's going into your office to discuss the business I came all the way over from the east side to talk with you about, okay?
Okay.
How you doing, Dolores?
I've been better.
I think you should apologize to the little lady, Frank.
Oh, I object to that. I'm not a little lady. It's demeaning.
It's just a figure of speech. It's the sort of term a chauvinist pig like Louis Gainsborough would use in those days.
I'm not a chauvinist pig. I stepped in to defend her.
Only because you saw an opportunity to take Schultz unawares, so you could force him to negotiate a deal with you.
Do you mind? I can't believe this. I write the script. Now, may we continue?
I think you should apologize to Miss McGuire, Frank.
Yeah, that's better.
Shh! Enough!
Sorry.
I couldn't hear you, Frank.
I'm sorry,
Miss McGuire.
Miss McGuire.
That's better. Now, let's you and me have that nice talk in your office. After you, Frank.
You'll never get away with this, Gainsborough. When Joe and Bugsy get back,
They'll find you with a gun pointing at your head. So they'll see reason. Now get moving.
Come on. What's keeping you?
Yeah,
Put me through to Chief Daly.
who's calling?
Agent Cody.
Okay, putting you through. Yeah?
Cody reporting, sir.
I thought I told you not to call this number.
I know, sir, but it's an emergency. There have been developments.
Go on.
Schultz has killed someone this evening. Shot him in cold blood. 'Cause the guy accused him of cheating a card.
Who?
I don't know his full name. I overheard someone call him Horse.
What kind of name is that?
I don't know. Maybe he was hung. Oh no, I'm not saying that.
What? Why
Oh,
not?
it's rude and it's gratuitous.
You're such a prude. Okay, have it your own way.
I don't know. Maybe because he had a long face and goofy teeth.
Don't try to be smart, Cody. What's Schultz done with the body?
2 of his goons are disposing of it as we speak. But that's not all.
Go on. Surprise me.
This guy comes into the bar wanting to discuss business with Schultz. Says he's Louis Gainsborough from the east side. He gets the drop on Schultz and they're in the back room now with Gainsborough pointing a gun at Schultz's head.
Anyone else in the bar?
Nope, place is deserted.
Okay, Cody. Here's what you do. Try and listen into the conversation. Don't take any unnecessary risks and blow your cover. One stiff's enough for tonight.
You were all heart, Chief.
That's what my wife says. Now get to it.
Okay, Chief.
So here's the thing, Frank.
I was quite happy with the way things were. I got myself a nice little slice of the action on the east side, and you're the main man on the west. But then I hear rumors that you want to muscle in on my operation. Now that ain't very neighborly, Frank.
My heart's bleeding for you, Gainsborough.
Careful, Frank. I got an itchy trigger finger, and I might just take that literally.
You dirty, low-down son of a bitch.
That ain't very polite, Frank. I've half a mind to teach you some manners. How's about I put a slug in the back of your knee, or maybe both knees? How do you fancy spending the rest of your natural-born days in a wheelchair? Somehow I don't see the lovely Miss McGuire sticking around to be your nursemaid. Especially if you can't do the business for her anymore. Know what I mean?
Why, you...
Talking of business, I'm thinking now that the opportunity has presented itself, you should start handing over a percentage of your monthly profits to me, Frank. Well, shall we say 20%?
You must be out of your mind.
Oh, okay, 25% then. Or else you might develop a nasty limp.
Go to hell, punk.
Ah! You better come in, Miss McGuire, and join the party. Hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong.
Oh no, that is so cheesy.
I quite liked it.
Yeah, a bit of humour to lighten the mood.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
I thought it would be a neat musical reference. The older listeners are bound to recognise it.
But it's not appropriate for the moment. You've built up the dramatic tension quite well. Gainsborough is threatening Schulz, and when the gun goes off, the audience are in the same position as Cody of not knowing for sure if Schulz has been injured or killed. And then you ruin it with that line from a vacuous Hollywood musical.
But the audience must have realised by now that this play is a pastiche of your typical American gangster movie or TV series.
Yeah, all the more reason to play it straight. Pastiches work best when they remain as true to the style of the original as possible, with only the subtlest of deviations.
Yes, thank you. I don't need a lecture on dramatic theory from one of my own characters.
Well, someone's got to put you straight. You writers are all the same. Little tin gods full of your own importance. You just love being puppet masters, don't you? Pulling the strings so we all dance to your tune. You bring us into the world with a stroke of the pen, then just as casually dispose of us, or consign us to an unhappy marriage or financial ruin at the drop of a hat. Do you think Ophelia wanted to end her days by drowning herself in a river? No! She'd probably much rather have become Mrs. Hamlet, had children, and be Queen of Denmark, but oh no, old Will decided otherwise. If you ask all those tragic heroines, Juliet, Desdemona...
Deirdre Barlow.
She wasn't a tragic heroine.
Putting up with Ken all those years makes her a heroine in my book.
Excuse me. This is all very well, and much as I'd love to engage in a metaphysical debate about the human rights of literary characters, we do have a play to finish. I will remove the hello Dolly line as it offends you so much, but can we please get on with the story?
Well, Miss McGuire, your ears must be burning.
Are you okay, Frank?
Never better.
It was just a shot across the bows. A little reminder that I do mean business. Next time I'll be pointing my heater right at you. So do we have a deal, Frank? 25% of your profits from now on.
Guess I don't have much choice.
I always knew you were a sensible guy. Okay. Now, Dolores, if you wouldn't mind stepping around behind me and going over to the bureau.
Why?
I'd just like to check in the drawers in case Frank has a gun stashed away in there. Always pays to cover all the bases.
Not quite all the bases, I'm afraid, Gainsborough. Drop the gun.
What?
You heard me.
Nice work, Dolores.
Now, kick it towards me. Nice and easy, no clever tricks.
Cute little derringer in the purse. I should have thought of that.
But you didn't, you dumb klutz. Dolores, baby, my ace in the hole.
Sit down, Schulz.
What the...
I ain't Dolores. I'm Agent Cody of the FBI, and you're under arrest for murder 1, amongst other things.
Looks like your ace in the hole just turned into the Joker.
Don't know why you're looking so smug, Gainsborough. You're under arrest as well.
On what charge?
Oh, let's see. Shall we start with extortion, and then maybe we can go on to attempted murder and take it from there. Gotta be enough for a 10 stretch at least.
You'll never make it stick-fed. My lawyer'll have me back on the streets in no time.
We'll see about that. Now, don't anybody try anything stupid while I pick up Mr. Gainsborough's gun. Looks like I'll be holding all the aces now, fellas. Ah!
Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Dolores. I didn't know you was right behind the door. Let me help you up.
Don't do that, you bathead. She's a Fed. Shoot her.
What?
Do what I tell you, dumbass. Take her out.
That's not a good idea, Bugsy. I'll plug you before you move 2 steps. Stay calm and let's all act like reasonable people.
Don't listen to her. You can't trust a Fed. Look how she's lied to us all this time, Bugsy. Pretending to be my girl. Using a false name when all along she's just been a snake in the grass.
He's making you the patsy, Bugsy. You kill her, and you'll be the one heading for the chair.
No.
He's right. Do the right thing and turn yourself in. I'll put in a word for you. Say how you cooperated fully. It'll go better for you with the judge.
Gee, boss, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, thinking never was your strong point, so give your brain a rest and take that bitch down.
Wait! Look me in the eye, Bugsy. You don't really want to hurt me. It might buy you and Schultz some time, but we'll get you in the end. Chief Daly will make sure of that.
That's a joke. Daly's been in my pocket for a while. He'll do whatever I tell him.
What?
Yeah, what do you know? Your lily-white chief has been on the take. Why'd you think I always seem to know when a raid was going to happen? Or whenever I've been taken in for questioning, I always get released within the hour.
How could he?
He's coming up to retirement. So I put it to him that a nice little extra wad in his back pocket was better than a clock, or whatever the FBI hands out. He did the math and made the sensible decision.
So what happens now?
Seems to me we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Listen, Frank. What say you and I just go back to the way things were between us? I handle my operation on the east side and you take care of business on the west. I walk out of here and forget everything that happened tonight. And you deal with Miss McGuire. Sorry, Agent Cody, as you see fit. It'll be our little secret. That way, everybody's a winner.
Except me.
Yeah, sorry, sweetheart. Guess those aces you were holding just turned into a busted flush. What do you say, Frank?
You kidding me? You come into my bar, point a gun at my head and start shouting the odds, then expect me to forget all about it and go on like we was best buddies? Oh no. Once I've wasted little Miss Fed here, I'm gonna rearrange your face so even your own mother wouldn't recognize you.
Sorry to butt in, fellers, but I'm the one holding the gun here. So maybe you should forget your little quarrel and think about how you'll survive in the slammer.
Has it crossed your mind that you only got 2 bullets in that Derringer? So even if you do manage to get off 2 shots, we outnumber you 3-1. Where's Joe, Bugsy?
In the bar cleaning up, Mr. Schultz.
Joe! Get in here.
On my way, Mr. Schultz.
Make that 4-1. Oh, and if you're expecting the cavalry to show up, you'll be disappointed. My good pal Chief Daly will have made sure you're on your own some, sweetheart. What's it to be, Fed? When Joe comes through that door, it'll be showtime. Why not save yourself the bother and hand over the gun now before anyone gets hurt?
No, I won't. You're gonna hurt me anyway, so I'll take 2 of you down with me.
Easy, Tiger.
Okay, have it your own way.
Ah!
Didn't have to shoot her, you big lunkhead.
I didn't mean to. It just went off. Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Dolores.
Save your tears, Bugsy. I'd have killed her anyway. No broad cheats on me and gets away with it. Any last requests, Cody?
Yes, I have actually. This isn't right. I shouldn't die. I'm the action heroine, remember? Good should triumph over evil. Cody has to bring these hoodlums to justice. Well, that's how it works in these kind of stories.
No. I wanted to bring a greater sense of realism to this piece. We all know that in real life, it usually doesn't end well. The truth is that crooks like Schultz and Gainsborough get away with it more often than not. And there have been enough police corruption stories for us to believe the idea that Chief Daly would be bent. You're being totally naive if you think Cody would triumph in this scenario.
Is this the kind of world you want to portray? A bleak picture of cynicism in which evil men get off scot-free?
But the fairy tale ending in which the hero, or in this case heroine, overcomes impossible odds to win through is so cliched. which is what I was being accused of earlier. So, in order to be closer to the truth, you have to die. I'm sorry, but that's my final decision. In any case, you get to die a heroine's death.
I refuse. I absolutely refuse to die.
What? You can't refuse. It's down here in black and white in the script. Agent Cody dies while Gainsborough, Schulz, Bugsy and Joe look on.
No, I'm not listening. I won't have it. I'm going to live and bring these crooks to justice.
You can't, sweetheart. It's not in the script, so it can't happen.
We'll see about that. I've got one bullet left in my gun, haven't I?
Yes, but it won't do you any good. Who are you going to shoot?
The person you least expect me to.
Ah! What the?
Are you out of your mind?
That'll teach him.
You can't shoot me! I write the script! Oh! Who do you think you are? You're just figments of my... not real?
You fool. Don't you see what you've done? Without him, we don't...
Going.
Me too.
Sorry. I didn't realise.
What's happening to me?
I can't feel my feet.
I can't see my hands.
Unless you want to wake up with the fishes, you better cooperate.
Nobody calls Frank Schulz a cheat and gets away with it.
Listen, Mr. Schultz. At the double.
Try to be smart, Cody. What's Schultz done with the body?
It's your funeral, pal. Don't say I didn't warn you. Say, what are you trying to pull here? I saw you dealing from the bottom of the deck. I told you it was tricky.
In Who Do You Think You Are by Nigel Banks, Louis Gainsborough is played by Mike Rovano, Dolores Maguire, aka Agent Cody by Amy Flight, Frank Schulz by Ed Clark, Bugsy by Patrick O'Connor, and The Hack by Nigel Banks. Other parts were played by members of the company, and studio recording and editing was done by Robbie Burgess. This was an Old Dolly production. No writers were actually harmed during the making of this performance.